My lawyer said you have a right to fight for every room. Then I saw the children's height marks by the doorway to their room. I had filled that house with arguing and made their mother cry. So I took the deed before me and drew one steady line. I signed my half away, not because I didn't care. The children needed one place, and their mama needed fair. I had taken enough peace from the place where they would stay, so the first right thing I gave them was the half I signed away. I moved into one small bedroom above a hardware store, sent the payment every Friday, and showed up like before. I sat through games and birthdays, never asked them to decide which parent they should stand with or whose stories sounded right. I signed my half away, not because I didn't care. The children needed one place, and their mama needed fair. I had taken enough peace from the place where they would stay, so the first right thing I gave them was the half I signed away. A signature can't mend a vow or change the man I've been, but I could quit defending wrong and start making right again. I signed my half away and laid my old pride down. Years later, both our children still come when I'm around. I lost a house and marriage, but found a better way to love them without owning what I signed my half away. The first right thing I gave them was the half I signed away. The doctor spoke in numbers we barely understood. You reached beneath the table and held me like you could.
We stopped asking forever, we stopped measuring the years, started calling every morning a little victory here.
We count the good days, the ones the pain stays low, the days we walk together past the mailbox and back home. A laugh across the breakfast, a night of sleeping straight. We don't count what illness took, we count the good days.
Some days you cannot finish the supper on your plate.
Some days you wear that blue dress and make the whole room change. We count the good days,
the ones the pain stays low,
the days we walk together past the mailbox and back home. A laugh across the breakfast, a night of sleeping straight. We don't count what illness took, we count the good days. I cannot fight this for you,
you cannot take my fear,
but we can keep on choosing
to be fully present here.
We count the good days
and bless the harder ones
for teaching us how precious and ordinary our becomes. Your hand inside my fingers, the evening growing late. We don't count what illness took, we count the love that stayed. We count the love that stayed. My granddaughter was 2 years old when the doctor made it clear she would know the world much differently from the way that I could hear. Her mother signed the word for milk, then showed me how to say I love you with 3 simple signs I practiced every day. When my hands learned to listen, she had so much she could say. Every question, every story had been waiting on the way. She was never without language, I was only standing still. When my hands learned to listen, I began to know her world. At first my fingers stumbled and my face forgot its part. She would laugh and gently guide me, then we'd try again from start. The morning she signed Grandma from across the crowded room, no spoken word had ever reached my heart the way that moved. When my hands learned to listen, she had so much she could say. Every question, every story had been waiting on the way. She was never without language, I was only standing still. When my hands learned to listen, I began to know her world. Love is more than speaking, Now my hands have learned to listen, and her stories fill the air. She tells me what she dreamed of. I tell her I'll be there. She was never waiting, voiceless. She was waiting to be known. When my hands learned to listen, we were never far apart. She signed, I love you, and I answered from my heart. She came 6 weeks early, in the middle of the night. The nurse said she is breathing. I held on to those words tight. Her mother slept from worry. I stood beside the glass, counting every little rise and praying it would last. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, all my world behind the glass. Too small to fill the blanket, strong enough to hold me fast. One more breath, one more morning, one more chance to see her through. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, taught me what love could do. The day we took her home, her dress swallowed her whole. I drove 10 miles under, with both hands in control. I checked her every minute, till the morning turned to blue. That tiny chest kept rising, and mine started breathing too. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, all my world behind the glass. Too small to fill the blanket, strong enough to hold me fast. One more breath, one more morning, one more chance to see her through. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, taught me what love could do. Now she outruns her brothers and sings louder than the choir. The smallest light I ever saw became our brightest fire. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, now she's running through the yard. The child we feared might leave us came home stronger than our hearts. Every breath became a blessing, every day became brand new. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, taught me what love could do. 3 pounds, 2 ounces, taught me what love could do. Eddie called me from the hospital, said time was running short. Then laughed and said, don't make my leaving one more door you close. He said, take my boy to baseball, call my mama every week. Don't spend all your mornings missing what you cannot keep. I started living for us both when he ran out of time. Kept the promises he trusted to these two hands of mine. I don't carry him like sorrow, I carry him like hope. He left me one more reason to keep this heart open. I started living for us both. I sat beside his mother every Sunday afternoon, took his son to every ball game like he asked me to. The boy grew tall and steady with his father's crooked grin, and every time he crossed that plate I felt my old friend win. I started living for us both when he ran out of time. Kept the promises he trusted to these two hands of mine. Left me one more reason to keep this heart open. I started living for us both. Grief can close a man or teach him how to give. I could spend my years in mourning or honor him and live. I started living for us both and let the daylight in. Told his stories to his grandchild so they would know of him. I still miss him every season, but the missing does not own the life he placed before me when he could not carry on. I started living for us both. I still live my life for both of us. The doctor closed the folder and looked me in the eyes, said the time was getting shorter, no matter how we tried.
I said test me first before the fear could speak. You had carried me for years, now let me carry what you need.
You gave me another spring, another June with you, another birthday candle, Another morning breaking through.
Not with some grand promise, not with a diamond ring.
You gave me part of your living and another spring. I woke and found you sleeping with a bandage at your side.
You reached across the distance and smiled when you saw mine.
You gave me another spring, another June with you, another birthday candle, another morning breaking through.
Not with some grand promise, not with a diamond ring.
You gave me part of your living and another spring. I carry your kindness
Beneath this healing scar,
we carry one tomorrow
inside two beating hearts.
You gave me another spring, another year to see
The woman who stood beside me when life was leaving me.
No vow could say it better,
No church bell needs to ring. You gave me part of your living and another spring. You gave me another spring.
I would give it all again. A number on his shirt, a bruise beneath his eye. My boy looked 20 years older when he sat on the other side. He said, "Dad, I failed you." I said, "What you did was wrong, but I didn't drive 6 hours to stop calling you my son." I still called him son, through the steel and the glass, not to pardon what he'd done, not to bury the past. I said, "Pay what you owe, then become someone new. The worst thing you have done ain't the whole of you." I still called him son. He finished his diploma, learned a carpenter's trade, sent me one short letter for every month he stayed. The final one said, "Daddy, I'm scared to walk outside." I met him at the gate and stood right by his side. I still called him son, through the steel and the glass, not to pardon what he'd done, not to bury the past. I said, pay what you owe, then become someone new. The worst thing you have done ain't the whole of you. I still call him son. Love is not pretending that the wrong was never there. It is telling someone truth and refusing to disappear. I still call him son. Now he works an honest day. He carries what he did, but it does not lead his way. He paid what he owed and became someone new. The worst thing he had done was never all I knew. I still call him son. The worst thing he had done was never all I knew. Hospital called on Sunday, said a man had asked for me. He carried something precious our boy had left to breathe. I drove 3 hours in silence with his picture in my coat, not knowing how a grieving man should face that kind of hope. When I heard my boy's heart beating in another man, grief and grace stood side by side. More than I could understand, but his goodness carried on. When I heard my boy's heart, I knew love was not all gone. He placed my hand upon his chest, and neither of us spoke. That steady rhythm found a place inside me that it broke. He said, your son gave me the years I thought I'd lost. I said, then live them fully. He would never count the cost. When I heard my boy's heart beating in another man, grief and grace stood side by side. More than I could understand, I lost the son I raised, but his goodness carried on. When I heard my boy's heart, I knew love was not all gone. I still miss him every morning is here. When I heard my boy's heart, I cried against that stranger's chest. For one brief, holy moment, the hurting found some rest. I could not bring my child back, but his mercy carried on. When I heard my boy's heart, I knew love was never gone. I knew love was never gone. The pawn shop neared its closing when an old man stepped inside. He placed a worn gold wedding band beside a bottle of pills. He said, "My wife needs medicine. This is all I own." The clerk began to wait like the years were only gold. I bought his wedding ring back before they named the price. Some promises grow heavier the longer they survive. He said, "Sir, I cannot pay you." I said, "There's nothing owed." I bought his wedding ring back before their years were sold. He slipped it on his finger, but his hands began to shake. Said she'd put this there at 20, and it's never left its place. Then he folded up the receipt and held it to his chest like a man who almost traded the one thing time had blessed. I bought his wedding ring back before they named the price. Some promises grow heavier the longer they survive. He said, "Sir, I cannot pay you." I said, "There's nothing owed." I bought his wedding ring back before their years were sold. I wasn't rich enough to change the troubles they had known, just rich enough that evening to send one promise home. I bought his wedding ring back and watched him walk away with 47 years of love still shining in its place. The clerk saw only metal, but I knew what it could hold. I bought his wedding ring back Some things are worth much more than what they weigh in gold.
Lena came to class one winter in a sweater worn too thin. She always said she wasn't hungry when the lunch bell called us in. I kept crackers in my desk and found a coat her size. I never asked her any questions, I just left it by her chair. She worked harder than the others, though she rarely spoke aloud. The day she earned her scholarship, she finally made me proud. She hugged me by the doorway, said, "I know what you once did," then left that little schoolhouse with the courage of a kid. She still calls me Miss Ann, though she's the one in charge now. There's a school key in her pocket and silver in her hair. She built a room of winter coats and food for children there. She still calls me Miss Ann, but she became the answer to my prayer. She brought me back last April for the school's 100th year, then opened up a quiet room with shelves from floor to ceiling, shoes and coats and lunch cards waited there without a name, so no child had to carry what once made her feel ashamed. I thought I gave one coat away and something small to eat. I never knew that kindness would grow hands and walk in feet. She still calls me Miss Ann, though the whole town knows her name. She gives without announcing who receives or who should thank. Now every frightened child she helps will help another when they can. That old blue coat keeps traveling, and she still calls me Miss Ann. That old blue coat keeps traveling, she still calls me Miss Ann.
She stood outside my doorway with both hands in her coat, said, "I don't expect forgiveness, I just thought you ought to know. It's been 3 years since drinking made a liar of my word. I'm learning how to listen without asking to be heard. She came 3 years sober. I came 20 years afraid. She didn't ask me to erase the choices she had made. We sat there through the evening with no easy words to say. She came 3 years sober, and I asked her in to stay. She remembered missing birthdays and the place she never saw. She said, I know that being sorry doesn't change the child you were. I told her, trust comes slowly, and I cannot promise when. She nodded like a woman who had learned not to pretend. She came 3 years sober. I came 20 years afraid. She didn't ask me to erase the choices she had made. We sat there through the evening with no easy words to say. She came 3 years sober, and I asked her in to stay. Forgiveness isn't forgetting or handing back the past. It's opening one small doorway and seeing if the change can last. She came 3 years sober. Now it's 7 years today. She still earns every Sunday the place she wants to stay. We cannot have my childhood, but we have the time ahead. She came 3 years sober and became my mother again. Not all at once, but day by day.
We chose the little room at the end of the hall. You measured for a cradle. I traced stars on the wall. Then spring came empty-handed, and we stopped making plans. We folded up the future we couldn't understand. The room we never painted stayed quiet through the years. No name above the doorway, no first cry for us to hear. We learned to hold each other through a loss no one could see. The room we never painted said you can try again, like hearts were made that way. I smiled and changed the subject, then cried when they drove away. You held me in the hallway. We didn't say a word. Some sorrow has no language, but still deserves to be heard. The room we never painted stayed quiet through the years. No name above the doorway, no first cry for us to hear. We learned to hold each other through a loss no one could see. The room we never painted still lives inside of me. I don't call our hoping foolish. I don't call that love in vain. You were real in every future we had already named. The room we never painted no longer feels like blame. We carried you in silence, though we never spoke your name. We learned to love more gently through a tenderness made deep. The room we never painted is a memory we keep. The room we never painted still has a place in me. The rent was due on Monday. The lights were due by 5. 2 lunches on the counter. 1 more week to survive. I pinned my hair up tighter, wipe the worry from my face, kissed 2 sleeping foreheads, and went to earn our place. Monday kept coming, but so did I, with 2 little reasons to stand up and try. I cried where they couldn't hear me, then washed my face and went. Monday kept coming, and I met it again. The factory line was noisy. My hands went numb by noon. 2 crooked hearts in crayon were taped inside my room. My youngest asked one evening, "Mama, are we poor?" I said, "We may be tired, but we still have something more." Monday kept coming, but so did I, with 2 little reasons to stand up and try. when her strength is nearly through. Monday kept coming, but so did I. Now those two little reasons stand grown by my side. I cried where they couldn't hear me, but I never stopped the fight. Monday kept coming, and so did I. Monday kept coming, and so did I.
For 37 years, Tom took the driver's side. He knew every narrow corner and where the school buses would hide. 3 months after we buried him, I sat behind the wheel with both hands at 10 and 2, and fear I could not conceal. The first mile alone was the longest I had known. Not because I couldn't drive, but because his hand was gone. Every turn felt unfamiliar, though I knew that street by heart. The first mile alone was where my life had to restart. I stalled beside the market and cried behind the glass. Then heard him saying, take your time and let the moment pass. I turned the key once more and eased into the lane. By the time I reached the crossroads, I could almost breathe again. 1 mile became another, one morning became two. I wasn't leaving him behind, I was doing what he knew. He had taught me how to steer long before I understood that the smallest things he showed me would one day do me good. The first mile alone was the hardest road I drove, but the second came more gently, with the strength his loving soul. Now I take myself wherever the day is asking me to go, and I thank him at each crossing for the first mile alone. I wasn't leaving him behind on the first mile alone.
To fill the mornings with 100 little words. Then one hard night took from her the voice I'd always heard. The doctor spoke in numbers. I watched her frightened eyes. She reached across the blanket and I learned her first reply. I learned her silence, one small look at a time. The yes inside her fingers, the no behind her eyes. She once taught me every word, now she teaches me to hear. I learned her silence and found my mother there. I brushed her silver hair the way she once brushed mine, held the cup between her hands and waited without time. Some days she fought the hurting, some days she let me near, but every quiet moment said more than I could hear. I learned her silence, one small look at a time. The yes inside her fingers, the no behind her eyes. She once taught me every word, now she teaches me to hear. I learned her silence and found my mother there. Love does not need language to tell you it remains. Sometimes one hand holding can carry all the pain. I learned her silence, one small look at a time. The love inside her fingers, the courage in her eyes. She once taught me every word, now she teaches me to hear. I learned her silence and found my mother there. I found my mother there.
The judge had finished speaking. The boy could hardly stand. 19 years and one bad night were shaking in his hands. He turned to face my family, but could not meet my eyes. I asked the guard for one brief word before they led him by. My husband left for night work and never reached his shift. That boy had mixed his drinking with a borrowed set of keys. I could have given anger and no one would have blamed, but hatred would not raise my love or change that young man's name. I told him live better than the night that brought us here. Don't make my husband's ending the only thing you do with all your years. You must carry what has happened choices took from us. I told him live better. 12 years later at Christmas, a letter reached my door. Beside a photograph of 2 young children on the floor, he wrote, I kept your words through every season I endured. I work with boys who drink and drive, so fewer mothers hurt. Forgiveness did not clear him or pretend the wrong was small. It only kept that one dark night from taking 2 lives after all. I told him live better. Now he teaches what it costs. He cannot bring my husband back, but he can keep another from being lost. Carry what has happened, but anger does not own the years that remain before me, or the good that he has grown. I told him live better. He could not change that night, but he could live better. For 2 years in the closet, that white dress held its breath. I thought I ought to burn it for the promises that left. Then a girl from church was marrying with $20 saved. I took it from the garment bag and asked her for her name. I let the dress be happy, though it hadn't been with me. Let another woman wear it toward the life she hoped to see. I couldn't save my marriage, but I didn't have to hate. I let the dress be happy and gave the past away. I shortened both the shoulders and stitched the loosened seam. Her mother cried and thanked me like I'd handed back a dream. When she stepped into the chapel, the dress no longer knew the ending it had carried. It only looked brand new. I let the dress be happy, though it hadn't been with me. Let another woman wear it toward the life she hoped to see. I couldn't save my marriage, but I didn't have to hate. I let the dress be happy and gave the past away. Some things don't need burning just because they knew good. carry someone else's joy. I let the dress be happy, watched her father lead her in, and something in my own heart finally softened then. I couldn't change my ending, but I changed what it became. I let the dress be happy and walked away unchained. I gave the past away and let the dress be happy.
She was 6 and holding tied to her daddy's sleeve. She looked at me like questions she was too afraid to speak. I never tried to hurry what her heart was going through. I just kept showing up like love is meant to do. The first time she called me mama, I almost turned around. Thought she meant somebody else till she said it once more loud. I held her like a promise I had waited years to hear. The first time she called me mama, love made a family there. I learned her bedtime stories, the food she wouldn't eat, sat beside her fever, rubbed the cold out of her feet. I never took the place of the woman she first knew. I only built another place where love could carry through. The first time she called me mama, I almost turned around. Thought she meant somebody else till she said it once more loud. I held her like a promise I had waited years to hear. The first time she called me mama, love made a family there. Blood may start a story, but staying writes it deep. Love is every ordinary vow a faithful heart can keep. The first time she called me mama, I knew where I belonged. Not because I gave her life, but because I stayed so long. I held her like a promise with happy, grateful tears. The first time she called me mama, love made a family there. Love made a family there.
loading chain broke loose and threw me hard against the floor. The doctor said 6 months before I'd lift a box once more. I lay awake that evening, counting bills beside the bed, certain that my family would lose more than my health. They worked my shift for me while I learned to stand again. 6 men split my overtime and brought the paycheck in. They never called it charity or asked what I could give when these hands could earn us nothing. They worked my shift for me. Joe took every Monday, Sam worked late on Friday night. Eddie missed his fishing trip to keep our numbers right. They left groceries by the doorway, but were gone before I knew. Men who rarely spoke of loving showed exactly what it could do. They worked my shift for me while I learned to stand again. 6 men split my overtime and brought the paycheck in. They never called it charity or asked what I could give when these hands could earn us nothing. They worked my shift for me. The day I punched my card again, no speeches filled the room. Joe just handed me my gloves and said, "We saved your place for you." They worked my shift for me. Now I work when one goes down. We divide the load between us till he's standing safe and sound. We don't call ourselves heroes, that ain't how working men speak. We just carry one another like they carried me. When these hands could earn us nothing, they worked my shift for me.
They tagged the old tractor and numbered every chair. Strangers walked the hallway like we had never lived there. I kept Dad's pocket knife. He carried every day. It was the only piece of home they couldn't take away. When the auctioneer said sold, 40 years went with the word. Our name came off the gate like a prayer nobody heard. Mama turned her face. I tried not to lose control. A whole life changed hands when the auctioneer said so. I watched the red barn vanish in the mirror as we left. Dad had raised it board by board with every breath he had. The land was never easy, but it taught us how to stand. You can lose the ground beneath you and still not lose the man. When the auctioneer said sold, 40 years went with the word. Our name came off the gate like a prayer nobody heard. Mama turned her face. I tried not to lose control. A whole life changed hands when the auctioneer said sold. I still carry that soil in the cracks across my hands. A farm may leave your name, but it never leaves the man. When the auctioneer said so, 40 years went with the word. Our name came off the gate, but the love stayed undisturbed. We drove away with nothing that a stranger's hand could hold. They bought the land that morning, but they never bought our soul. They bought the land, but they never bought our soul.
The shelf I hung crooked still leans a little left, but every time I see it, I remember I did it myself. I loved him all my lifetime, and I miss him even yet. But the shelf I hung crooked was the day I took one step. A box of books sat waiting for 3 months by the wall. Jim had always fixed the little things before I had to call. Then one quiet Tuesday morning, I found his old tool case, put the drill against the plaster, and tried to hear what he would say. The first screw missed the timber, the second split the paint. I nearly called my neighbor, then decided I could wait. I moved it half an inch and held the level to the board. It wasn't straight or beautiful, but it would hold for sure. The shelf I hung crooked
still leans a little left. But every time I see it, I remember I did it myself. I loved him all my lifetime, and I miss him even yet. But the shelf I hung crooked was the day I took one step. I placed his favorite novels there, and our picture in between, then stood across the room and saw more than a crooked thing. Now I fix a dripping faucet and change the porch bulb too. Not the way that Jim would do it, but I somehow make it through. Loving him had taught me patience. Losing him taught something else. A woman can be grieving and still learn to trust herself. The shelf I hung crooked still leans a little left. I could straighten it tomorrow, but I think I'll leave it yet. It holds the life we shared and the woman I became. The shelf I hung crooked proved I could begin again. It is not straight or perfect, but neither am I. And it holds payments were stamped across that page. Double shifts and mended shoes in every kind of weight. She brought the coffee can, I brought the final note. We stood beneath the evening and watched that paper smoke. The night we burned the mortgage, we laughed like we were young. No band and no champagne, just two tired hearts undone. Every extra hour, every bill we barely paid, rose above that coffee can. The night we owned our place, the roof still needed fixing, the truck still coughed and shook, but nobody could claim the little life we built. She leaned against my shoulder, said we finally made it through. I said I'd owe the whole world if I hadn't paid it off with you. The night we burned the mortgage, we laughed like we were young.
just two tired hearts undone. Every extra hour, every bill we barely paid, rose above that coffee can. The night we owned our place, freedom wasn't riches or a number in the bank. It was standing there beside her with no one left to thank. The night we burned the mortgage, we danced across the grass, not because the years were easy, but because we made them last. Every extra hour, every sacrifice we made, turned to smoke above our heads. The night we owned our place, we watched that paper disappear. The night we owned our place. There were 3 car seats in my truck where my tools used to ride. The call came on a Tuesday from a county hospital. My sister would not make it, and her children needed someone. I was 41 and single, knew nothing about kids, but 3 small faces watched me, so I said I'll take them in. 3 car seats in my truck where my tools used to ride. 3 lunch boxes on the counter, 3 small fears at night. I didn't know the answers, I just knew I had to show up. My whole life changed direction with 3 car seats in my truck. I learned to fix ponytails and sign the reading sheets, burn the first few dinners, then mastered macaroni cheese. The youngest called me daddy, then covered up her mouth. I said, you can call me anything, just know I'm not walking out. 3 car seats in my truck where my tools used to ride. 3 lunch boxes on the counter, 3 small fears at night. I didn't know the answers, I just knew I had to show up. My whole life changed direction with 3 car seats in my truck. I lost the quiet future I thought belonged to me, and found a better purpose in one instant family. 3 car seats in my truck, now the oldest one can drive. The middle starts college, the youngest is 15. I never had the answers, I just never gave them up. They made a father from an uncle with 3 car seats in my truck. They made a father from an uncle with 3 car seats in my truck. Dad drew the hole in pencil on the wall beside the door. Said measure twice before you cut, and take your time once more. We shaved the ribs together till his hands began to slow. Then March came without warning, and the work was left alone. The half-finished boat sat quiet in the shed. Every board still carried something he had said. Years later, with my own boy, we set it on the floor. I finished what he started, but I couldn't finish missing him. My son held up the hammer the way I once held mine. Asked why Grandpa stopped there at that crooked pencil line. I said he ran out of mornings, but he left enough to do. Then I heard my father's patience in the questions coming through. The half-finished boat sat quiet in the shed. Every board still carried something he had said. Years later, with my own boy, we set it on the floor. I finished what he started, but I couldn't finish missing him. 3 generations touched it, though only 2 stood there. Some men leave more behind them than the years allow them to share. The half-finished boat now moves steady and slow. My boy sits where his grandpa had always planned to go. We finished what he started, where the water runs below. But I still feel him with us in the half-finished boat. I finished what he started, but I never finished missing him. Her mama left one winter before she turned 5. I knew how to mend a fence, but not a child's goodbye. She sat there every morning with ribbons in her hand. I fought those little tangles the best a father can. I learned to braid her hair before the school bell rang. 3 crooked little ribbons and 2 unsteady hands. She never asked for perfect, she only needed care. So I learned a softer kind of strength when I learned to braid her hair. I packed her lunch on Mondays, sat through every play, stood outside the dressing room on her first prom day. Years later, at her wedding, she smiled beneath her veil, said, "Daddy, you did better than you ever thought you could." I learned to braid her hair before the school bell rang. 3 crooked little ribbons and 2 unsteady hands. She never asked for perfect, she only needed care. So I learned a softer kind of strength when I learned to braid her hair. A man may lose the woman he thought would share his years, but love can teach his clumsy hands to answer childhood tears. I learned to braid her hair and somehow raised her right through every lonely morning and every worried night. She never asked for perfect, she only needed care. And she made a better man of me while I braided her hair. She made a better man of me while I braided her hair. He came with 1 red suitcase and guarded little lies. His mother told me, "Go slow, he's heard too many goodbyes." I never asked for daddy, I just showed up each day fixed the chain on his bicycle, and stayed when storms came. I signed below his name on a cold courthouse line. He squeezed my hand so tightly, I knew that boy was mine. Blood didn't start our story, love had written every page. I signed below his name, but he had changed mine first. He stood beside the judge, trying hard to look grown, then whispered, "Can we leave now? I want to go back home." Outside beneath the flagpole, he finally called me Dad. One word gave me everything I never knew I lacked. I signed below his name on a cold courthouse line. He squeezed my hand so tightly, I knew that boy was mine. Blood didn't start our story, love had written every page. I signed below his name, but he had changed mine first. A father is not only the man there at the start. Sometimes he is the one who stays and earns a child's heart. I signed below his name, but the truth was plain to see. Long before those papers, he had already chosen me. Blood didn't start our story, love had written every page. I signed below his name and walked outside his dad. I signed below his name and walked outside his dad. When Mama's room went silent, I opened up the drawer. Her wedding ring was wrapped inside the handkerchief she wore. The note said for my oldest, so I slipped it on that day, while my sister packed the medicine and folded clothes away. I had called on Sunday evenings, she had stayed through every night, and the gold upon my finger suddenly did not feel right. The ring belonged to her, not by paper, not by name. She gave Mama every midnight while I lived 3 towns away. I wore gold upon my finger, she had carried all the weight. The ring belonged to her, so I gave it back that day. She said, "Mama chose you for it." I said, "Mama couldn't see how much love you gave in silence while I lived conveniently." Then I placed it in her palm and watched the years come down. 2 sisters who had lost each other finally turned around.
The ring belonged to her, not by paper, not by name. She gave Mama every midnight while I lived 3 towns away. I wore gold upon my finger. She had carried all the weight. The ring belonged to her, so I gave it back that day. Some treasures are inherited, some are earned through what we do, and sometimes saying I was wrong is how love starts anew. The ring belongs to her, now it shines upon her hand, and I finally see the sacrifice I failed to understand. We cannot change the distance or recover every day, but the ring brought back my sister when I gave my pride away. The ring brought back my sister when I gave my pride away.
She stayed past midnight when everybody else went home. The room was full of flowers and words meant to be kind. Folks said I would get through it, then left me there behind. She gathered up the glasses, turned the hallway light down low, never asked me to be stronger, never told me to let go. She stayed past midnight when the flowers lost their glow, when the good words had been spoken and everybody else went home. She didn't try to fix me, she just sat and held my hand. Sometimes love is simply staying when no answer understands. I cried until the morning, she never looked away. We talked about the weather when grief was hard to name. Years later, when she needed a heart beside her own, I pulled my chair up closer and made sure she wasn't alone. She stayed past midnight when the flowers lost their glow, when the good words had been spoken and everybody else went home. She didn't try to fix me, she just sat and held my hand. Sometimes love is simply staying when no understands. We never made a promise, we never had to say. Two women learned that friendship is love that chooses to stay. She stayed past midnight when everybody else went home. And years later I stayed with her so she would not stand alone. Just helped each other stand. Sometimes love is simply staying and quietly holding hands. She stayed past midnight, and I stayed when her night came.
The strap pole stopped turning at 5 on Friday night. I'd swept that same old floor for nearly half my life. Boys came in for school cuts, then brought their sons to me. I watched whole generations grow up in that leather seat. The last cut before closing was a boy of 17. His daddy sat there years ago, too short to reach his feet. I trimmed around his collar, then turned the chair around. 50 years went quiet when the last hair hit the ground. Men had brought me heartache, they couldn't tell at home. I learned to keep on cutting and let them talk it slow. Some came before their weddings, some after someone died. A barber shop can't hold what grown men keep inside. The last cut before closing was a boy of 17. His daddy sat there years ago, too short to reach his feet. I trimmed around his collar, then turned the chair around. 50 years went quiet when the last hair hit the ground. He said, my dad still tells me you gave his first cut here. I smiled into the mirror so he wouldn't see the tears. The last cut before closing was cleaner than the rest. I brushed his shoulders gently and wished that boy my best. Then I locked the old front doorway while the evening settled down. 50 years went with me when the last hair hit the ground. I turned the stripe pole off and left the old chair facing town. 19, I was hungry, 3 weeks behind on rent. Mr. Bell wrote 400 and said, take this before you're spent. I promised I would pay him when my feet were on the ground. He said, son, just keep on working, don't let trouble turn you down. The check he never cashed bought more than 1 hard month. It taught me kindness isn't something you repay just once. He wrote, pass it on across the back, and mailed it home at last. That lesson kept on living in the check he never cashed. Years later, one young worker came shaking to my door. His baby needed medicine he couldn't cover anymore. I reached into my desk where that old check still lay, then wrote the same amount and used the words he gave. The check he never cashed bought more than 1 hard month. It taught me kindness isn't something you repay just once. He wrote, pass it on across the back, and mailed it home at last. That lesson kept on living in the check he never cashed. Some debts are paid with money, some are paid by what you do. When mercy reaches down to you, you help the next one through. The check he never cashed has crossed 1,000 miles, through rent, through food, through medicine, through frightened father's eyes. No bank could count its value, no ledger held its past. A good man kept on giving through the check he never cashed. A good man kept on giving through the check he never cashed. He knocked there every Saturday with grass stains on his jeans. Asked if $20 could help him chase a dream. Since losing Mary last fall, I'd let the whole place go. So I pointed toward the mower and said, son, take it slow. The boy who mowed my yard never knew he saved my life. He only cut the grass and sat with me sometimes. He talked about his future, I talked about my past. He thought he earned $20. I was learning how to last. The boy who mowed my yard, he wanted to study nursing. His daddy called it weak. I told him caring for the hurt takes more strength than people think. He brought his college letter and read it on my steps. I hugged him like the grandson married, and I never had. The boy who mowed my yard never knew he saved my life. He only cut the grass and sat with me sometimes. He talked about his future. I talked about my past. He thought he earned $20. I was learning how to last. The boy who mowed my yard. 4 years later, dressed in white, he stopped before his shift. Said, "You helped me choose this life." I said, "Son, you gave me mine." The boy who mowed my yard now helps the sick get well. He learned to hold a hurting hand, and I learned how to tell the truth about my sorrow, and let somebody in. He thought he came to cut the grass, but he taught me how to live. He thought he came to cut the grass, but he taught me how to live.